Oh shit, I missed a call. Hey, gorgeous. No, I'm just, I stuffed up. I went to the city tonight to a concert with a work colleague, and I thought that the car park shut at 1 o'clock in the morning, so I went out and I was doing some videoing, and it didn't, it shut at midnight. So I'm just in the city. So I'm not, you don't have to worry about me. I'm all good. Sorry, I'm not home. I'm just doing some videography. I thought the city looks pretty at night, so I thought I might as well just take some pictures of it and stuff. Then in the morning, when it opens, when the car park opens, at whatever time it opens in the morning, it'll be very early, I just get in the car and come home. Yeah, probably. Because I'm not going to be asleep in that time anyway. It's nearly 2 o'clock. All right, I'll be perfectly fine. All right, you're all good? Yeah, I'm all right. I love you, darling. Okay, bye. I was going to just tell you what happened, but there's no point because you can just hear what I was talking to my daughter about. Oh, God. I do this shit all the time. I went to Sydney for work. I had to go there for 5 days, and I had to go to like 11 or 12 different destinations across Greater Sydney. Some of them by public transport, some by taxi. I literally had pictures drawn up for me of, you need to go here, this is how you get there, with like a path drawn, roads, and every single one of them, no exception, I stuffed up. I missed the street or something and I walked 40 minutes until I get to my destination. Like I do a big loop, so it's just incredible, my ability to stuff things up. I'm now stuck here for the night in the city because I screwed up the time. I thought the car park shut at 1 o'clock in the morning. No, it was midnight. I get there, it's all locked up. Like it's not like I felt. Wasn't foggy or anything. Everything was just normal. Everything just doing my thing. But I just stuff up every single time. I can't explain that any other way. I haven't done that. I didn't used to do that. Right. So you might have noticed in my last video, if you watch that, I put up a tent. I tried to put up a tent. Kind of failed. And I left a comment saying that I was going to go away for 5 days on a road trip with my girls, going camping. I had another tent which I'd bought for that because it's more people. Anyway, the road trip was a success. Putting up the tent was really easy. Didn't stuff that one up at all. We spent 2 days traveling about, I'd say 1,000 kilometers, which in miles is that much. I think the highlight on those first 2 days with all that traveling was we went to the 12 Apostles on the Great Ocean Road. We saw the sunset, we were camping nearby. It just looked amazing. On the third day we arrived at our destination, which was Adelaide. I dropped my girls off in Adelaide. They just explored Adelaide for the first time. I went to Live Golf where I met a mate and we just hung out at the golf all day watching the golf. That was awesome. I actually really loved that. Anyway, then we drove back. I guess the highlight there was going to Sovereign Hill, which is like a little town, I guess, where it's kind of like, it feels kind of real. They've set it up to try and make you feel like you've stepped back in time, back in around the 1750s when they had a gold rush in the area. I felt anxious on the first day though. Just felt very, very anxious. And then after that, I calmed down and I was feeling good for the rest of the trip. So the girls did all the driving, so that was really good. Yeah, so it's at this point right now the video actually starts, because this is where I want to talk to you about. What I want to talk to you about is you and my intentions and the reasons, I guess, behind this whole channel and everything. I kind of felt like I just needed a space where I could talk about that, and I thought probably a good time to do it. It's now been a month since I posted my first video. I started off doing this because there's something about when you're going through some sort of journey, it's just helpful seeing other people going through that same journey. And so when I got diagnosed with Alzheimer's, you guys saw that coming ages ago, didn't you? I just saw it then. Scared the shit out of me. When I got diagnosed with Alzheimer's, I went onto YouTube and just tried to find, what's the lived experience like? What's it like for other people? And what I primarily found though were videos, usually by an organisation where they're interviewing the person with dementia. And in fact, usually it's interviewing the person with dementia who's actually sitting next to the carer, and the carer is doing a lot of the talking a lot of the time. And the person with dementia, I felt like, had symptoms that were worse than mine, but it was still valuable to see it. Otherwise, there's also channels out there where they're run by the carer, and it's more a channel for, I guess, carers to see how to handle or manage their loved one who has dementia. Again, they were valuable, but I still felt it more difficult to get as much from them, because again, I just wanted to see what it was like for people more like me. So I just didn't find much, and so that was the whole purpose of this whole channel. Everything was, I want to just create it so if it's my next door neighbour or if it's the person on the other side of the world, and whether it's this week or in 5 years' time, because the videos can just stay on here. Someone types in the word dementia, one of my videos sort of comes up, not too far down the chain, and they then at that point get an opportunity to see someone else going through the experience. Whether they actually want to watch it or not, that's completely up to them. A lot of people probably wouldn't want to watch it, and so completely fine if they want to watch it. Again, this is just about trying to provide that opportunity for them for somebody in that scenario to have the opportunity to see it. And
fix it in post.
We'll
fix it in post.
Don't need to fix that in post. That was good. That's awesome. I mean, to be honest, I always just do videos in beautiful environments that aren't surrounded by people. This is the first time I've done a video around people, and I'm just talking as people walk past. But I don't care, because I'll never ever see these people again. If you are a person who's watching this and you've got dementia, just consider doing these, making some videos, even just a few of them or something, and just consider telling your story and posting them up on YouTube. And if you want, you can leave a comment, just so people can have a variety of different experiences. Anyway, so that was my goal. My goal was just to make it so it's available for that intended audience. I guess what I learnt though, through people's comments to the first post, was that other people were getting benefit from the videos as well. Like a lot of people who don't have any really connection to dementia, people sort of saying, oh, this is great. Like it's actually just creating awareness. Anyway, so they were like some unintended benefits. One thing I've come to realize though is that going back to that sort of primary goal was so my intended audience, people with dementia, or even if they haven't been, whether you've been diagnosed or not, if you're concerned you've got dementia. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. I just thought if I post these videos and hashtag dementia and Alzheimer's, it means that someone comes along and they type in that, they have an opportunity to see the video. But there is an infinite number of videos and stuff that will come up before my videos. And so I think the only way to combat that is to have your videos be more popular. So it's more likely to get presented to people. And so I guess what I'm happy about is that it does look like YouTube is pushing it out. The vast majority of those won't be people who are my primary intended audience, but I think it just means it's more likely that when John or Sarah or whoever is jumps online and types in dementia, it's more likely to see that video. So that's just something I just sort of realised this recently. I thought they've actually got to be good videos that people want to watch. So that's going to add a bit of pressure. With that in mind, I've been thinking about, well, how can I expand this a bit more, the channel? I like the idea of just having topics, and then someone comes along in 5 years' time and they can go, they type in dementia or whatever, and they see my channel or whatever, and then they go, I'm just interested in these topics. I can look at those videos, So I like the idea of having topics. There's been some comments about, can you show us more about just your day-to-day living, which kind of runs contrary to that. I don't know if I'll merge that sort of in. I think I'll bring in topics when they become relevant as well. So anyway, that'll sort of feed in a little bit, but oh my God, there's now sprinklers going off in the bushes. I really can't afford to have that camera getting wet. What should I do? The rational person would just pick up the camera and go find a different spot. I've literally got all night, I can go do that. Me thinking, it'll be all right. It's actually just really loud too, isn't it? Oh yeah. So there's different things I can do with this channel. If you've got ideas, you can let me know in the comments. I have reached out to like a dementia organisation to see if they want to help out a little bit. Who knows? You never know. It'd be good just to have someone like come on, or I could do something where I can get someone to help answer some of my questions as well, So, and then you can see that. Kind of like when you see people, if they've got some other sort of disability or something, they might have a session with their doctor and you can hear what goes on in their meeting. That would be really cool. So hopefully I can do that. I've struggled just to even get an appointment with a geriatrician, let alone them saying, yeah, you can bring a camera in. So that might not happen, but I think that's kind of like my goal. Just for you to be able to see more behind the scenes a bit as well for those things. My battery's running out of my I was going to bring an spare battery. It would have been fantastic. I could have watched what I've recorded, and then I could see, oh yeah, I've covered off on the things I wanted to cover off on. I've got no idea what I've talked about. If you know of any other accounts that if you know of any other accounts that follow a person through the journey of dementia, can you tag or just mention them down below, but put the little @ symbol thing, or yeah. Is it tagging? Is that what it's called? Tag them? I really got to learn what all this stuff's called. I'm going to have to sleep before I drive.
Daybreak, I'm already miles away, and there's nothing left to say.